Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. This is part 3 of our Terraform Made Simple series. In the previous video, we built our first Terraform configuration and explored how Terraform works using init, plan and apply with a random provider. Today, we are taking the next big step, connecting Terraform to AWS and creating an actual cloud resource using Terraform. Alright, let's switch to Visual Studio Code and look at the Terraform file together. So here we are in VS Code. I have created a folder called Terraform S3 demo and inside it we have a single file named main.tf. Let's walk through this configuration line by line. First we have the Terraform block. This tells Terraform which provider we want to use. In this case, we are using the AWS provider from HashiCorp. And we are locking it to version 5.x. That simply means any version in the 5.x range. The Terraform block is basically saying, before doing anything, download this provider plugin. In the next section is provider AWS block. Region US East 1. This tells Terraform where in AWS we want to create resources. I am using US East 1, which is North Virginia. You can use any region you prefer. And the next block is resource. Here we are telling Terraform to create an S3 bucket for us. The bucket name must be globally unique. Not just in your AWS account, but across all AWS customers. That's why I have included a random suffix in the name. Next we have tags. And tags are extremely important in real AWS projects. Name, a friendly label for the bucket, and environment. It identifies where this resource belongs. Here I am using dev, but in real world setups, teams usually create separate environments like dev, QA, stage and prod, and the environment tag helps you instantly recognize which environment a resource belongs to. This becomes very helpful when you have hundreds of resources across different environments. And the next section is output block. This output simply prints the bucket name after creation. It's optional but useful. I have already configured my AWS CLI using AWS Configure, so Terraform can talk to my AWS account. If you haven't done that yet, just run AWS Configure once and enter your access key and secret key. Like this, you can enter your access key and secret key. Since I have already configured, I am not performing those steps. Alright, now let's go ahead and run our first command, Terraform init. This command downloads the AWS provider and prepares this folder as a Terraform project. Terraform will also create a hidden Terraform folder which stores the downloaded provider and a Terraform log HCL file which logs provider versions. We don't need to worry about these files, but they are important for consistency. Let me clear the screen. Next, let's see what Terraform intends to do. For that, we need to run Terraform plan. This is a preview. Terraform will check your configuration and tell you what it's about to create. Here, you'll see something like plan 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. That means Terraform is planning to create one S3 bucket. Exactly what we defined. Before we actually create anything, let me quickly switch to the AWS console. I am in S3 and as you can see, there are no buckets yet. This is great because now we will clearly see the bucket appear after Terraform applies the changes. Let me clear the screen. Now let's actually create the bucket. For that we need to run the command Terraform apply. Terraform will show the plan again and ask for confirmation. Type yes here. Apply complete. Resource 1 added. That means our S3 bucket is created successfully. Now let's switch back to the AWS console. I'll go to S3. Let me refresh the page. And there it is, the bucket that Terraform just created. Let's open it. Inside the bucket details, let's check the properties tab here. We can see the name and environment values. Let's go back to the Visual Studio Code again. Now that the bucket is created, Terraform has also generated a file called terraform.tfstate. This file is Terraform's memory. It stores everything Terraform created, including the bucket name, and the region and other metadata. Anytime we run plan or apply, Terraform reads this file to understand what already exists. Let me clear the screen. Alright, now let's clean up the resource we created. For that, we need to run the command terraform destroy. Terraform will show the plan for deletion and ask for confirmation. Type yes. Alright, the destroy is complete. Now let's switch back to the AWS console and refresh. The bucket is gone. And that's it for part 3. We connected Terraform to AWS, created a real S3 bucket, verified it in the console, and then deleted it, all through Terraform code. In the next video, we will go deeper into Terraform variables and start making our configurations more flexible and reusable. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe and share the video with anyone learning Terraform. See you in the next one. And just a quick note, captions are auto-generated, but they should be mostly accurate.